Eye contact, or the lack thereof, fundamentally alters the landscape of human interaction. It's not merely a social nicety, but a primal, hardwired component of our communication system, signaling attention, intention, and emotional state. Think of it as a silent broadcast, constantly transmitting and receiving data about social dominance, attraction, or even threat. When this channel is intentionally or habitually shut down, the very first layer of social processing is bypassed, leading to a cascade of effects that reshape how an individual perceives and is perceived by the world around them. This isn't just about feeling awkward, it's about reconfiguring the fundamental ways in which we are wired to connect or disconnect with others. For instance, in many animal species, direct eye contact is a sign of aggression, while in humans, it's often a precursor to intimacy or trust, highlighting its deeply ingrained biological roots and its complex social evolution. The act of meeting someone's gaze establishes a shared focal point, a joint attention that is critical for everything from learning to empathy, effectively creating a temporary shared mental space. Without this, the other remains an abstract entity rather than a present, engaged participant. Consistently avoiding eye contact can inadvertently cultivate a profound social distance, creating a self-reinforcing loop of isolation. Without the constant, subtle feedback loop provided by direct gaze, individuals might struggle to accurately gauge others' emotions, intentions, or even their presence in a shared space. This isn't just about misreading a frown, it's about missing the micro-expressions and shifts in pupil dilation that convey genuine engagement or disinterest, making social interactions feel like navigating a dark room. Others, in turn, may perceive the non-eye contactor as disengaged, untrustworthy, or even hostile, further entrenching the social chasm. This can lead to a stranger effect even among familiar faces, where the lack of visual connection prevents the formation of deeper bonds or understanding. The brain is constantly seeking cues for social connection and threat assessment, and when the primary visual cue of eye contact is absent, it defaults to a more cautious, less trusting interpretation of the other person's intentions. Over time, this can lead to a diminished capacity for empathy, as the visual gateway to understanding another's emotional state is consistently blocked. The act of avoiding eye contact isn't passive. It often requires a conscious or subconscious effort, diverting cognitive resources that would otherwise be used for processing social cues or engaging with the immediate environment. This diverted attention can lead to an increased self-referential bias, where one's own internal thoughts and anxieties become more prominent than external social signals. Instead of processing the other person's expression, the mind might be preoccupied with where to look next or how to avoid looking directly, creating a mental bottleneck that hinders fluid communication. This constant internal monologue can amplify feelings of self-consciousness and make social situations feel draining, further reinforcing the desire to withdraw. It's like trying to have a conversation while constantly performing a complex mental calculation in the background. The cognitive energy expended on avoidance could otherwise be used for deeper conversational engagement, leading to a superficiality in interactions that then breeds further social anxiety. Over time, this can lead to a diminished ability to process nonverbal cues from others, as the neural pathways for direct visual social processing become underutilized and less efficient. In professional and personal contexts, the consistent absence of eye contact can significantly erode trust and diminish perceived influence. It's a fundamental signal of honesty and engagement. Its absence can be interpreted as evasiveness, disinterest, or even deceit, regardless of actual intent. Imagine a job interview where the candidate consistently avoids your gaze. It's hard to shake the feeling that they're hiding something or lack confidence, even if their words are perfectly articulate. This isn't just about subjective interpretation. Studies show that people who maintain appropriate eye contact are generally rated as more credible, persuasive, and even intelligent. Without this visual anchor, attempts to persuade or connect on a deeper level often fall flat, as the unspoken assurance of direct engagement is missing. The subtle art of rapport building relies heavily on shared gaze, and without it, the foundations of trust are inherently weakened. This can extend to leadership roles, where a leader who consistently avoids eye contact may struggle to inspire confidence or command respect, as the visual affirmation of their presence and attention is absent. The ability to hold another's gaze, particularly during difficult conversations, is a powerful nonverbal tool that communicates strength, conviction, and a willingness to be open. Over time, the cumulative effect of never making eye contact can lead to a deeply ingrained pattern of social disconnection, both external and internal. The lack of visual engagement from others reinforces the initial avoidance, creating a self-perpetuating cycle where the individual becomes increasingly isolated and less skilled at social interaction. This isn't merely a habit, it can rewire neural pathways, making direct eye contact feel genuinely uncomfortable or even threatening, further entrenching the behavior. The brain, being highly adaptive, will gradually deprioritize and underdevelop the neural networks responsible for processing and responding to gaze cues if they are consistently ignored. This leads to a form of social atrophy, where the capacity for spontaneous, fluid social engagement diminishes. The world begins to feel like a collection of objects rather than interconnected individuals, reducing opportunities for serendipitous encounters, deeper understanding, and the richness of shared human experience. The potential for genuine intimacy and vulnerability, which often begins with a shared glance, becomes severely limited, ultimately leading to a life lived on the periphery of human connection. This isn't just about missing out on social events, it's about altering one's fundamental relationship with humanity, where the other remains perpetually obscured and unreachable despite physical proximity.